Let me also bring in our guest from US, Dr. Joseph also. Dr. Joseph, now there's a question that I asked Brahma Chalani also, and I'm asking this with a lot of seriousness, in the sense that there is a pattern that I essentially see, and I find this happened in the previous elections also. And now look here, be it Germany, be it US, the United Nations, they all seem to be suddenly very interested about few arrests that have taken place in India. And I find it even more suspicious that India has made it very clear, the government has made it very clear that there is zero tolerance when it comes to two aspects. One is corruption and the other is terrorism. On corruption, if the arrests have taken place, there is a court in process, there is judiciary which is looking into this entire matter. I don't see any reason why exactly would the United States of America suddenly fall into this. And then you have this series of events that have taken place after that, and now finally this Guardian report that has come in. Dr. Joseph, I don't know whether Joe Biden's administration would be very happy if our external affairs minister starts talking about what's really happening with Donald Trump.
It's a very interesting concept. In fact, in America, there's a term called October surprise. So before the November elections, which is due to come this year, there'll be hit pieces like this or secrets coming revealed, which could impact the elections. So this is something very similar, an April surprise for India before the national elections coming in. So one thing I think we should make it clear: this is again a well-planned hit piece done by Guardian. I would expect a few more to come in the next weeks or so, in either New York Times, BBC, CNN, Washington Post. So what I would say is a non-corrupt, a Hindu nationalist, a leader of India. If Prime Minister Modi wins with a supermajority in this election, this will kill the Soros narrative. They pretend India is as if anti-Muslim, really bad for the world, and anti-national. Having a nationalist, religious, non-corruption doesn't go together. So that I think they were spending. There is so much PR work at play. I think there is some neighbors of our north is funding some of these activities, along with some of our friends from the west. And this money is out there. So there are, I'm sure as we speak, there are at least 5 or 6 more, or maybe more, articles and TV shows being prepared to be aired in the next few days, so that the impact is going to be on the Indian elections. Unfortunately, I think this is a hit job which backfired. And if I'm an Indian nationalist in India, I see this that Prime Minister Modi is being blamed for hits of terrorists in Pakistan. This is going to make him shine brighter. I don't think these idiots who are doing it understands that. So I think this is a backfired hit job. But I wouldn't rest on your laurels. There'll be more to come. There'll be more coming from the US. Again, who is America to blame India? Even if this 1% of this article is true. We've been eliminating terrorists in overseas countries for decades, whether it is Bin Laden, whether it is in Pakistan, in Syria, in Yemen, in all over. And so I don't think America have the moral authority to tell India what to do. But I don't think, if India, as the general clearly said, has the ability to go in and strike in daylight, why do a hit for hire? So even I've been talking about this for Canada as well. Canada tried to make these allegations, or they call it credible allegations, for a few months, and they haven't been able to provide a proof yet. So I wouldn't be surprised. There'll be a few more of these credible allegations coming in the next few days. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think indirectly they have helped Prime Minister Modi's chances in India. Maybe get a few more votes by doing this, even though Indian agencies will never agree or accept this ever happened. Whether it's proof or not, doesn't matter. So a hit job gone bad.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us on the weekend debate. And as far as India's position on terrorism is concerned, the Prime Minister has made it abundantly clear that this is no longer the old India which is going to withstand any such attacks anymore. There is going to be a response every time any such incident takes place. Thank you very much for joining us on the Weekend Debate.